They mocked her, live-streamed her humiliation, called her an affirmative action disaster. For 8 brutal hours she took it all without a word. But when she walked to the senior manager's laptop and hit Project Screen, what they saw destroyed careers, triggered federal investigations, and flipped a billion-dollar company upside down. Look what affirmative action dragged in. That was the first thing Maya Chen Washington heard as she sat silently in the marble-lined boardroom of Prestige Financial Group, dressed in a Target blazer and holding a worn leather portfolio. Derek Williams, a senior manager, hadn't even looked up from his phone as he slid paperwork across the table with deliberate contempt. The other interns, 6 in total, all from Ivy League schools, shifted uncomfortably. But Derek wasn't finished. He fumbled his coffee cup and let scalding liquid spill across the polished table, oozing toward Maya's feet. "Oops," he said coldly. "Might want to clean that up before the real meeting starts." As her resume soaked in coffee, Maya didn't react. She simply watched, measured, and memorized. Inside her folder, hidden beneath her documents, was a black Centurion American Express card, an identity no one in the room could have imagined. But Maya didn't need to reveal her power yet. This was about observation, about evidence. Derek continued his performance, assigning plum projects to every intern but her. While others were sent to mergers, acquisitions, or corporate restructuring, Maya was assigned to coffee runs, filing, and basic support. Her dignity was trampled, but her silence was strategic. Each act, each insult, each laugh behind her back was mentally catalogued. A live stream from Jennifer Walsh, an entitled Yale intern, showed Maya's humiliation to thousands. The caption read, "Watch this diversity hire struggle." Maya's hands remained steady. She turned as Derek quipped, "Maya, like that ancient civilization that collapsed, fitting." She met his gaze, calm and unwavering. Actually, Maya means illusion in Sanskrit. Sometimes things aren't what they appear to be. And with that, she stepped into the fire, fully aware that the clock was ticking. The hours that followed tested every ounce of Maya's resolve. She navigated coffee orders designed to trip her up, 12 drinks, each complicated, Derek circled in red. Double shot, oat milk, precisely 140 degrees. Downstairs, as she waited for the drinks, her phone buzzed with a message. "Your 6 p.m. board presentation materials are ready. Should we prepare the private elevator?" She deleted the message immediately. Nobody could suspect. Back upstairs, she distributed the drinks, knocked on Derek's door, and set his cup down without a word. She noticed his screen email threads titled "Diversity Problem" and "Lowering Standards." With a photographic memory, Maya absorbed every name, every timestamp, every slur disguised as a business concern. Later, banished to the copy room, Maya organized files with clinical precision, while employees passed by pretending not to see her. An elderly janitor named Mr. Rodriguez paused to ask if she was okay. His kindness cut through the noise. "You're different," he told her, but kindness was rare that day. Jennifer appeared again, still live streaming. "Still here," she sneered. "You should consider a career more suited to your background." Maya didn't flinch. "What background would that be?" she asked, voice level. Mr. Rodriguez, watching the exchange, intervened. "The girl's doing fine work. Maybe mind your own business." Jennifer's stream climbed past 2,000 viewers. In the cafeteria, Maya ate alone. She took notes while Derek, across the room, joked with department heads about hiring qualified people instead of social experiments. Maya Chen agreed. "The board's pushing diversity too hard," she said. "We need fit, not quotas." Maya's pen moved, capturing every word. But not everyone ignored her. A security guard named Marcus recognized her. He couldn't place how, but something about her dignity rang a bell. As Maya sat beneath the clock, she noted the time. 1 p.m. 5 hours until the board meeting. The illusion was almost ready to shatter. The afternoon's humiliation was calculated. Derek held a mock training session with over 20 employees watching. He called Maya out to define ROI, then EBITDA, hoping to embarrass her. Instead, she answered each term flawlessly. Then came market capitalization. Again, textbook precision. The room grew quiet. Even Jennifer's live stream shifted. "Wait, she actually knows this stuff." Derek grew agitated, opening a financial statement and projecting it on the screen. "Explain this," he snapped. Maya stepped forward and broke down cash flows, investment strategy, and debt structuring with such confidence that even the senior analysts nodded in approval. Still, Derek refused to admit defeat. "Real business requires instinct breeding," he said with venom. The word hit the root. Like a slap, the live stream exploded. "Did he just say that?" Maya, unfazed, resumed her work, but the danger was escalating. She overheard Derek and department heads plotting her removal. "We'll say she violated safety protocols," Sarah suggested. "Corporate will back us." Maya's phone buzzed, a message from Marcus. "Meet me, break room, important." Downstairs, he laid it all out. "They're trying to frame you, I've seen it before." Maya leaned in. "Can you access security footage?" "I need every angle, Derek's office, the cafeteria, conference rooms, all of it." Marcus nodded, now fully committed. "You're not just an intern, are you?" She didn't answer, but she didn't have to. They both knew the stakes. Upstairs, HR was scrambling to control the viral footage. Jennifer's livestream had hit 15,000 shares and was now trending on TikTok. Derek called an emergency meeting. "Disciplinary action," he declared. "Maya has been accessing restricted areas, violating policy." Even fellow interns looked confused. Brad, quiet until now, spoke up. "Sir, she hasn't done anything wrong." Derek ignored him. Jennifer tried to double down with shaky video evidence, but Maya had already begun to flip the board. Maya rose to her feet and walked to Derek's still logged-in laptop. "What are you doing?" he barked. "Get away from my computer." But Marcus stood in the doorway, arms folded, unmoving. Maya projected Derek's emails for the entire room to see. Message after message, racist, classist, elitist, filled the screen. "These people don't belong in finance," Derek had written. "Too ethnic, won't fit our image." Gasps erupted. Maya Chen went pale. Jennifer's phone shook in her hands. Maya didn't stop. "Reject candidate, cultural fit. Affirmative action is killing us. Diversity quotas are nonsense." The room fell into horrified silence. "This," Maya said, "is the culture you've built, but let's talk about legality." With the calm of a seasoned litigator, she cited federal laws, Title VII, Civil Rights Act, hostile workplace statutes. "These emails waive privacy protections when used to discriminate," she explained. Derek lunged for the laptop. Maya stepped aside. "Mr. Williams," she said coolly, "let me help you understand. Under Section 1981, your actions are federally actionable." She called James. "Prepare the boardroom for emergency disciplinary proceedings. Full legal review, all board members present." The name hit like thunder. James replied, "Yes, Miss Washington," gasps again. She removed her Target blazer, revealing an Armani shirt. From her portfolio, she lifted a platinum chain, the executive ID of Washington Holdings. "I'm Maya Elizabeth Washington, Chief Diversity Officer and Board Member." You could hear a pin drop. The room was stunned into paralysis. The intern they had mocked, insulted, and live-streamed had just revealed herself as one of the most powerful people in the building. Maya continued, her voice steady, her authority unshakable. "For the past 18 months, Washington Holdings has tracked 23 formal discrimination complaints from this office alone. Surveys show 67% of minority staff experienced bias here. Exit interviews list hostile culture as the main cause for leaving." She gestured to the screen filled with Derek's words. "Today confirmed the root of that rot." She picked up Jennifer's phone, reading aloud thousands of comments pouring in from the live stream. "Sue the company, fire Derek, she's a hero." Maya looked at Derek with a piercing gaze. "You created a culture that normalized cruelty, and now the world is watching." Derek stammered. "This is illegal entrapment." Maya didn't flinch. "Actually, corporate undercover assessments are protected whistleblower activities. What's illegal are your emails." She pulled out the civil rights statute printouts, citing federal and state laws, laying out exactly how every message he sent would cost the company millions. Patricia Hayes entered with termination documents meant for Maya. She froze upon seeing her. "Please redirect those forms," Maya instructed, "toward the policy violators." She then called in Mr. Rodriguez, the elderly janitor, and asked him to sit in Derek's chair. "This man helped expose the truth while you looked away. He deserves to be seen." The symbolic reversal was devastating. Mr. Rodriguez, who had seen everything but been ignored for years, now sat in the seat of power while Derek stood stripped of his arrogance. Maya addressed the remaining interns. "For those who showed professionalism today, your internships continue under new leadership." Jennifer began sobbing. "I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I didn't know who you were." Maya's reply was cold and clear. "So harassment is okay if your victim is powerless." Jennifer shrank. Maya turned to the room. "Discrimination doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers behind closed doors. Sometimes it laughs in a live stream. But today, we recorded it. Today, we responded." She then announced the immediate firing of Derek Williams for cause. Jennifer's internship was terminated. Sarah Chen was demoted and assigned mandatory training. Patricia Hayes was reassigned. And to ensure this never happened again, Maya introduced a new initiative, a $2.1 million investment into unconscious bias training, anonymous reporting systems, and regular undercover assessments across all subsidiaries. The board voted unanimously. Derek made one last desperate plea. "I have 3 kids, please." Maya paused. "Every person you discriminated against had families too. Did you think about them?" He had no answer. Security escorted him out as the live stream showed his walk of shame. That footage would become corporate legend, but Maya felt no satisfaction in the destruction of careers. This wasn't vengeance. It was transformation, and it was just beginning. 3 months later, the office was unrecognizable. Where Derek once ruled with fear, collaboration now thrived. Minority retention soared. Employees felt seen. Maya walked the halls not as a ghost, but as a leader, greeted by people who now saw her clearly. Brad, the intern who had spoken up, was now a junior analyst. Mr. Rodriguez had been promoted to director of facilities. A scholarship fund named in his honor, the Rodriguez Excellence Fund, had already supported 23 underprivileged students entering finance. The culture had flipped. Harvard Business School sent researchers to document the turnaround. CNN interviewed Maya asking, "Wasn't going undercover deceptive?" She answered plainly, "No, the deception was pretending this place wasn't broken." Maya had implemented encrypted reporting apps, AI-powered flagging systems for offensive emails, and immediate feedback training. Workplace toxicity dropped by 80% in just 90 days. As the cameras rolled, Maya smiled genuinely. The goal isn't to punish, the goal is to prevent. When asked what happened to Derek and Jennifer, she remained composed. They faced the consequences of their choices. Derek, now unemployable, had become a symbol of systemic collapse. Jennifer, however, showed growth, working at a nonprofit for equity. Redemption, Maya believed, was possible, but only after accountability. 1 year later, Maya's reforms had reshaped more than just one office. They'd sparked a movement. 43 companies had adopted the Washington method, built around strategic undercover assessments and transparency. Minority retention rates increased across the board. Productivity climbed. But the real impact came from the shift in everyday behavior. Employees began to think twice before judging, before mocking, before gatekeeping. The revolution had started with one woman refusing to clean up spilled coffee and ended with an industry facing its reflection. Maya was now a sought-after speaker, her TED Talk reaching over 3 million views. The Rodriguez Fund had grown to $4.2 million, supporting 156 students. Maya didn't chase fame. She chased impact. She often said, "The most powerful thing you can do is quietly take notes while the world assumes you don't matter." Her story proved that quiet power, wielded with integrity, could dismantle even the most well-defended systems of injustice. And as she stood before another boardroom, briefing executives on human dignity, she knew this wasn't the end. It was just one more chapter in a revolution written in silence, courage, and truth. Power doesn't always walk into the room with a loud voice. Sometimes it enters quietly, takes notes, and lets you expose yourself. If this story moved you, share and subscribe to JB Stories, where truth defeats power one story at a time.